Even the most cynical soap opera writers would be envious of Jana, the oldest daughter of the Duggar family, who has discreetly tied the knot with her lifelong friend Stephen Wisman. You read correctly. Jana has been hiding this information. Let's talk about the scandalous parts of her surprise wedding that haven't yet been shown on reality TV now that the secret is out. Until the final hour before the couple said, "I do," Jana and Stephen's wedding was a total secret. For years, their relationship has been sporadic. On Thursday, the couple's recent success in getting an Arkansas marriage license made headlines. With an incredible 500 people in attendance, the couple got married in a grand ceremony in Prairie Grove, Arkansas. Later that day, People magazine confirmed the news. Well, 500. The magazine was informed by Jana that the reports of her and Stephen's previous affair were accurate. The two had a brief affair before splitting up and then reconciling. Despite their prior breakup, they kept in touch and eventually made up. Jana and Stephen had requested a wedding party shot for People magazine, but Jill Duggar was noticeably absent from it. Jill, the maid of honor in Jana's 2014 wedding, was nowhere to be seen. Instead, Johannah Duggar, Abby Duggar, Jinger Vuolo, Joy Forsyth, and even 15-year-old Jordan Duggar were among the bridesmaids, with Jana's sister Jessa Seewald chosen as the maid of honor. Seeing Jill entirely excluded was particularly startling considering their recent tense relationship. Another unexpected development was the dancing at Jana and Stephen's wedding, which is very inappropriate for the Duggar family. Despite the Duggars' customary distaste for dancing, the newlyweds broke with convention by doing their first dance following the wedding toasts. Jim Bob Duggar and Michelle Duggar, who have long held conservative opinions on the matter, once said that dancing draws unnecessary attention and that it promotes sensual notions. Another deviation from family tradition was Jana's bridal gown. For a Duggar wedding, she opted for an off-the-shoulder ivory gown that exposed more skin than was customary. Joy Forsyth's off-the-shoulder dress was a clear break from the family's traditional modest dress policy. There wasn't much time to organize the wedding of Jana and Stephen. On June 15th, they got engaged, and over the next 2 months, they had a wedding with 500 guests. The Duggars have always kept their private life private, in contrast to other reality TV families that let their guard down and broadcast every aspect of their lives. The Duggars became well known for their strict family values, large family dynamic, and conservative lifestyle after making appearances on the TLC program 19 Kids and Counting. But with every year that goes by, the Duggar kids have started to progressively start stepping outside the boundaries that their parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle, set for them. The Duggar children have given Jana Duggar a lot of attention. Because she was the oldest daughter and had a caring impact on her younger siblings, Jana was referred to as the sweetheart of the family. She remained single longer than her older sisters, despite persistent curiosity about her relationship status and rumors of potential suitors. She became well known for her devotion to her loved ones and her altruism. Recently, Jana Duggar has been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. In a shocking turn of events, she had a secret wedding that violated all the Duggar family's norms, establishing community ground rules. The Duggar family was known for being extremely rule-oriented for a very long time. These rules governed almost every aspect of their lives, from their religious rituals to their interpersonal interactions. The family's strong adherence to traditional Christian values served as the foundation for the rules. The most significant rule was that daughters had to be protected and obeyed by their fathers until they were married. Courtships were strictly monitored. Dating was not allowed. Instead, the Duggar girls were engaging in courtships, a kind of engagement that was strongly controlled by the father and intended to lead to marriage. Another basic guideline of the Duggar family was that relationships or marriages were typically announced to the public only after everything had been planned out. It makes sense that Jana's wedding, like all Duggar weddings, would have received a lot of media attention because the Duggar family had high expectations for what made a suitable wedding ceremony. When the long-rumored facts of Jana Duggar's secret wedding were finally revealed, both her family and fans were shocked. The Jana Duggar wedding remains secret. For a long time, many fans of the Duggar family have been eagerly awaiting news on Jana's romantic life. For a long time, she was able to appear unmarried on television despite persistent allegations about her personal life. Because of her modest demeanor, her commitment to her family, and her helpfulness around the house, many suspected she was married off-screen or in an unreported long-term relationship. However, when Jana disclosed that she had secretly married, the shocking truth came to light. At first, no one was aware of the details of her wedding, But as the narrative progressed, viewers realized that it was anything from typical and went against the Duggar family's long-standing customs and expectations. The expectation that every Duggar child's wedding would be a big occasion and adhere to the family's values was the most important of the many unwritten conventions that Jana's wedding broke. For the Duggar children, particularly the females, courtship, engagement, marriage, and a religiously oriented family life have long been expected. Both her family and fans were taken aback by Jana's choice to forego this popular route. Family regulations should be ignored. The most flagrant transgression of family traditions was the secrecy surrounding Jana Duggar's wedding. The Duggar family has been open and honest throughout their children's courtships and marriages. Jim Bob Duggar, who often exercised complete control over his children's romantic relationships, was especially involved. When Jana married without the customary pomp and circumstance or the official approval of her family, many thought that she was violating these traditions. Furthermore, the Duggar family's customary wedding rites have traditionally been subject to stringent religious laws. There are typically large gatherings of friends, family, and religious communities to celebrate the couple's marriage in front of the cameras. This kind of public display of faith and family solidarity was what made the Duggar weddings unique and essential to the family name. Jana's covert wedding broke this pattern, leading many to wonder if she had given up her family's traditional values. Although some aspects of Jana's wedding were kept under wraps, there were other aspects that garnered media attention. According to reports, Jana chose not to have her father, Jim Bob, participate in any ceremony-related activities. The Duggar family has never experienced that before. At his daughter's weddings, the father typically takes center stage, bringing them down the aisle, speaking and praying. Jana's decision to defy convention was interpreted by many in her family as another proof that she was defying their expectations. The family's reaction. As could be expected, the Duggar family has remained silent about Jana's covert marriage, although there have been whispers that there was significant conflict between them. Jana's siblings, who have long been devoted to the Duggar way of life and its values, are said to have been surprised by her decision. The wedding was so unexpected that even her closest family members were unaware of it until long later. Given that they have always taken pride in their kids' adherence to family customs, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar might have been taken aback by Jana's actions. Jana's parents have surprisingly avoided commenting on her wedding in public. Her admirers are curious about her true feelings regarding her family because of her relative quietness. Was Jana's clandestine marriage an effort to sour relations with her family, or was it a personal choice that they reluctantly accepted? The Duggar family may be prepared to change their relationship and their approach to tradition keeping. If Jana's wedding has taught us anything, growing up in the independence of Jana, it's possible that Jana Duggar's controversial wedding represents a shift in her views on her freedom. Being the firstborn and hence the most responsible and family-focused member of the Duggar family, she has always prioritized the needs of her family over her own. This sense of obligation characterized her public persona for a long time. However, by discreetly getting married, Jana might be indicating that she is prepared to enjoy life on her own terms. Her marriage marks a departure from the rigid religious and familial rules that have long guided the Duggar family's existence. Some have conjectured that Jana's secret marriage is a manifestation of her wish for a life that puts her independence and solitude ahead of other people's acceptance. Longtime followers of her journey are now interested in what this shift means for the future of the Duggar family and the children. In conclusion, the news of Jana Duggar's covert wedding shocked both fans and Duggar family members. By getting married without her family's knowledge or approval, Jana has shown that she is independent and willing to make her own decisions, defying the long-standing conventions that have governed her family's lives. It's clear that the Duggar family dynamic is shifting, even though it's unclear if Jana Duggar's marriage is an isolated choice or a part of a wider trend. Jana is now a strong woman blazing her own trail, no longer the quiet and responsible oldest daughter.